Hi, my name is Karen Kelly. I am doing a presentation tonight on numeric or associative arrays for CIT 336. Definition of arrays is a list of items or values, elements contained in or listed in a label or a keyword. Basically what that means is you have a keyword or a label with several values or elements listed with it. One of my favorite definitions is a box to help you keep similar data or things of interest together for organizing and processing. Arrays are easy to manipulate and work with. You can use many values at one time, and the length of the array is the number of values in that array. The PHP has many array-related functions. There are three types of arrays: the numeric, associative, and multidimensional. Today we're going to focus on the numeric and associative. You can pull these items out or the information out of an array using loops or just directly. Brother Robertson has done an excellent video this week on loops and arrays. So our basic syntax for an array is the $sign and on our array name. Then an equal sign, bracket, quote, the value, quote, comma, quote, value, quote, and you can continue. This can be as big as you want. Numeric or indexed arrays are an array with a numeric ID. This means that there is a number to identify the value. The computer automatically assigns the values a number starting with 0 and not 1. It does not matter what you do, you will be assigned a number for a numeric array. Let's look at an example of that. So I have dogs, cats, horses, cows, rabbits, turkeys, chickens, and goats at my house. And I need to group them together. I need to group together the livestock. I honestly do not have all these animals, but close. So I'm going to make a livestock array so that I can keep my livestock in order. I'm going to put a $sign in because I'm doing a livestock array. I'm going to make it livestock equals brackets. So I've got my horses, cows, rabbits. You notice there's the quotes and commas between each. To call this array, and we're just going to call one thing, we're just going to call the number 4. Now remember, even though I haven't put numbers here, it's got a number. And it always starts with 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have chickens, is what this should pull. The second one we want to look at is this is a second way to put together an array. I prefer the first one as there's less chance for error. The more you type, the more mistakes you make. But this one shows you how they divide it out. And here's the 0. This gives you your numbers in equals and horses. So it's done a little bit different, but it's the same thing. It's also the same to call. We're going to use echo livestock, and this time we're going to do a number 2. And as you can see, it's easy to find. Number 2 is rabbits. So let's go to beans. And we want to make sure beans is full paged. And we're going to, I need to comment some of this out. Excuse me really quick. It won't work right with this stuff. Okay, so I need to uncomment. Okay, so we're going to pull number 4 of our livestock. So here's our livestock, our first one that we did just like before. And let's pull it up. And here we have chickens, just like we had talked about. We can go back to beans. And we're going to comment these out. And give me just a sec here. One more. Okay, so this shows just like it did in our PowerPoint. And let's run this and see what it gives us. And that gave us rabbits, just like before. Okay, we're going to go back to PowerPoint. The other one we're going to talk about tonight is associative arrays. These are similar to numeric arrays, only instead of using numbers, they use strings as indexes. They store items or values using a key or key value pairs. So you'll still have the name of the array, but you will have, instead of having just one item, you're going to have a key value pair, which means you're going to have two items for each. These can tie information together. This array can be used to pull, usually pulled with echo. It uses an equal sign and a greater than operator to build the pairs. So your basic syntax is the $sign and the array name, just like before. And then you're going to have your equals and brackets. And then you're going to put your first value in quotes, equals, greater than, and in quotes, second value, comma. So you'll do this for however many values you have. I just did 3. You can also set it up this way. And there again, the more you type, the more mistakes you make. So I prefer to just do it once. To call, we're going to call the array name, first value, and we're going to call the second value on these. We want to pull the second value, so we're going to put the dot and the break sign. And then here's an example. Okay, so not all the livestock belongs to me. I have rabbits, Dale has horses, Quentin has cows, Donovan has goats, Colton has turkeys, and Eric has chickens. Now, I want to make sure that I know who has what and what they're responsible for. So in my array this time, I'm going to do the same thing, the livestock, but now I'm going to put a name value pair in here. So my name is Kayreen. I have rabbits. So this is the first value pair. Dale has horses. This is a second value pair. Quentin has cows. Donovan has goats, and so on. To call the second value, we're going to echo livestock, and then we need to, for this one, unfortunately, you have to put each value in here, each pair. So Dale, and then what he has. The arrays also use loops for ease, and this is a for each loop. And what this will do is, if I do this right, it will give us a sentence that says that the Kelly house, something has something to feed. So we've got our for each loop, and this gives us our array. Here is our first value, or the person's name, and then our second value. So here's our key, and here's our value. And then if I've set it up right, it's going to give us a sentence. So let's go back to beans, and we're going to check it out. Oh, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. Okay. The first one we're going to do is we're going to pull our second value in this. So notice that I did not put these in order. These are different, so that you can see how this is going to work. We're going to run our sandbox. Okay, And this tells you there's horses, chickens, goats, rabbits, turkeys, and cows. Go back to beans. And we're going to just echo out, or we're not going to echo out, excuse me, we're going to comment out this part. I did not do a second array. I prefer the first one. So I just didn't bother with it. And one more. Okay, so this is going to do our for each loop. And if I've done this correctly, it's going to give us a sentence. Let's check this out and see how I did. And here's our sentence. At the Kelly house, Kayreen has rabbits to feed, and everybody else that has their animals to feed. Okay, so we're going to go back to PowerPoint. The third one is a multi-dimensional array, and I'm just going to introduce this to you. It's a combination of different arrays. So you can have both associative and numeric arrays in there. It can be an array in an array. Each element or value could be a main array, and it can also be a subarray. So you could have each array could have an array, and then the next one could have an array. It gets complex. Brother Robertson's video talks about these arrays, so I just wanted to introduce them. And this is my references, and this concludes my presentation. Thank you very much.